Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel. I have been really busy lately with work and with thesis revisions, so my desk has become a bit of a mess, and I have also been adding some electronic items to my desk as part of the entire desk configuration. So over time, this cable management trough has become a bit of a mess, as you can see. Now, I did design this desk. It's a standing desk with a built-in cable management trough at the back and also with some cable organizing slots or holders at the front part that you can see by that red external hard drive. I will also show you that part later. And I do have a video about this desk on my channel, which I will link down below. But basically, the entire idea of this desk with a built-in cable management trough is to help keep all the cables already plugged into the power source through the power strips that you can see so that all cables and wires are ready for use. I just need to pull out the cable towards the front where I will be and then plug in the gadget. As for items like lamps, they're all plugged in as well so that whenever I need to turn them on, I just turn on the switch. That way, I won't have to keep bending over towards the power sockets in the wall just to be able to use or charge an electronic equipment. So that's the whole idea behind the design of this desk. It's to make everything convenient for me because in this era, every single person has multiple electronic gadgets that need a power supply at least once a day, right? That's why power strips are so important now. Just make sure that you get the good, reliable ones under the reliable brands so that you won't cause a fire in your house or your office. So anyway, over the past several weeks, I have just been plugging things into whatever socket was available on here and just draping the extra wire or cable on top. So over time, everything had gotten a little tangled. I don't really mind about most of these wires, but the charging cables that I need to pull out from the front of the desk have become short because they're all tangled over here, and that's really what I am fixing. Also, I wanted to switch sockets for the laptop cooler because I wanted the nearer socket to be for charging my Foray Luna because I need to pull that charging cable out when needed. But the cable for the laptop cooler does not have to be pulled out when needed. That cable is really always just plugged into the laptop cooler, but the power brick for that has to go into the socket with an individual switch that I can reach so that I can turn it on and off as needed. I will also show you that later. So the cables that need to be pulled out from the front as needed have to be unhampered. I should be able to pull them out in their full length. So what I'm doing is after the detangling of the cables, I am just draping them over the trough so the loop can just drape downwards. I also have an extra plug here for 3 USB ports, but this is very old, and I think only one port works, but I just keep it here just in case. In this empty socket, I just plugged back in one lamp, which I had to unplug earlier because I had to move it out of the way while I was working in that other area. And this is the other end of the cable management trough. This empty bottle of deodorant must have toppled over. I must throw this away. In this end of the desk, there is nothing much really, but here is where the 2 stands for my 2 Apple Watches are. This white thing over here is an oil diffuser, but I haven't used it in months, so it's been unplugged the whole time. And over there is my toothbrush. So now I am done with the detangling of the cables. Over there is the draping that I mentioned a moment ago. I don't really mind them like this because I don't see them from the front of the desk. And here are the cable management slots when viewed from the front of the desk. When I first designed this desk, I had only one of these cable holders, but a few months ago I added another one. I was so glad that I was able to find the exact same brand and color and size. This one USB cable is connected to the printer, which is over there. And of course, this is for my MacBook Pro. I don't bring this cable and the power brick out anymore because I already have an extra charger, which was given to me by my friend Ronald. This black thing is what I use when I need to connect my Wi-Fi router to this very large power bank. I also unboxed this power bank on my channel and I will link the video down below. That black thing over there is the control switch for that lamp. And I always place the power bank beside the router. This is a mini vacuum cleaner, which I have to clean. Right now, the whole desk is a mess. This side even has some trash. It's a little disgusting, I know. Over on that end, it's also a mess. That's where my skincare items are. And over here by the center is my laptop, on top of the laptop cooler, which is also on top of a stand, so I can have it at a good angle for online classes and video conferences. And by the way, while I'm doing this task, I was also listening to Jerry Seinfeld. And that black articulating arm is what I used to hold my iPhone when I filmed myself detangling the wires behind the desk. Okay, now it's time to clean up the actual desk. I threw out what needed to be thrown out and relocated what needed to be relocated and just organized what's left as best as I could. I do not want to buy organizing trays or containers for this desk. Based on my experience, that method will just invite more stuff to migrate towards the top of the desk, albeit inside the organizing trays and boxes, but I really just don't want to deal with all that. This desk has undergone so many different setups basing on what I was dealing with in my life at any given point. I have a few videos of my desk setup on my channel, which I will link down below as well. But for this time in my life, when I no longer make notebooks and I no longer use physical books and papers when writing a paper because I use ebooks and PDFs now, this would be my chance to keep my desk as minimalistic as I could for the first time since I have had this desk. I want to experience that for a change. So here is the decluttered desk now. Those are just some tea bags, coffee sachets, and a pack of instant oatmeal, and a pack of tissue, and my external hard drives in their pouches, and a few other things which I know I reach for a few times a day, so they really should be here. This Bluetooth numpad is always on the left of my laptop because I have managed to train myself to use it on the left instead of the right, which is how most full-sized keyboards are configured. And on this end, I have managed to place all of my skincare into the bin and then tucked the bin underneath the desk where it should go. And the laptop section with all of the lights. Let me just insert here a video explaining everything that is plugged into the trough at the back. I have a fan at the bottom of the desk in front of the air conditioner to help circulate cold air. I can't keep bending down to turn the fan on and off, so I plug the fan to this power strip with an individual switch for each socket. And I just reach over and press that switch and the fan is turned off. And that's how I turn it on as well. I know I have to clean the fan and the floor, and I will do that later. As for the air conditioning, I haven't used it in weeks because it's been so cold lately anyway, but I do have to bend over to turn it on and off. That's the only thing I have to bend over for. The item plugged into the socket next to the fan is my laptop cooler. I just move my hand to the next switch and the cooler is turned off. As you can see, there are no more blue lights. So those two items are the only ones that need turning on and off from time to time. So they are plugged into that end of the desk so I can reach them easily. So what are the other things that are plugged into this desk? This printer with its own power switch on the printer itself, the Wi-Fi router, that lamp, and the fan, this cable to charge my Foreo Luna, a USB-C cable that I use to charge my earbuds and other small gadgets, and also a micro USB cable for other small gadgets that still use it. This is what I mean when I said I need to pull out a cable from the front. A lightning cable, and this is a dongle. It's not actually plugged in, and this is the USB cable connected to the printer, and this cable for my MacBook Pro, the task light and the tall light, and the laptop cooler. This keyboard I charge on the MacBook Pro using this other dongle. I do not plug it to the desk. This is my Apple Watch Series 2, but this stand is not connected to a power source. It's just here to hold the watch. But this other stand is plugged to a power source. That's where I charge the Series 2 and my current Series 9. This lamp is plugged in, but the oil diffuser is not, and this toothbrush is plugged in. Below this end of the desk, I actually have a paper shredder, which is plugged in. I have set this to auto, so it turns on automatically once I put the paper in. Otherwise, it's off. So those are everything that's plugged into the desk or into the power strips on the trough at the back of the desk. And when I am working online during my classes and my video conferences, I always turn that tall lamp on. It gives me really good lighting. Like I said, it makes my face look not so horrible. This is the lighting when I'm doing online work that needs my face to be shown. Only the lamps are on and the overhead light in the room is turned off. But without needing the tall lamp, only 2 lamps on the desk are on. The white light is my task light because that area is where I place my other things, and of course that numpad has no backlight, so I need the task light when I'm using it. But when I'm writing my second novel, only that other warm light is on. Okay, finally my desk looks decent and the cable management is managed and much less of a chaos than it used to be. How do you manage all your cables? Please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.